channel Techie Minds. First of all, let me thank all my viewers for an overwhelming response and sparing time to watch my videos. Using my YouTube channel Techie Minds, I intend to reach out to you with educational, motivational and informative videos. In today's video, I'll be covering a topic Bloom's taxonomy, an approach used for higher level thinking in education.
So let's try to take an overview of how learning can be simplified using cognitive model of Bloom's taxonomy. We'll try and find out answers for the questions: what is Bloom's taxonomy and why should we study Bloom's taxonomy? Most educators are familiar with Bloom's taxonomy, which is a set of 3 hierarchical models used to classify educational learning objectives or goals. So what are these 3 hierarchical models? The first one is cognitive or knowledge-based approach. So cognitive domain is nothing but thinking. It is intellectual ability, comprehending information, evaluating ideas into actions. So cognitive is nothing but knowledge-based learning. Second domain could be affective domain, which is emotional based, wherein emotional growth and attitude has to be monitored. And the third one, which is sensory or psychomotor domain. Here basic motor skills, coordination, physical movement, speech development and action based learning could happen using sensory domain. So educators have been using this as a guideline for curriculum development, assessment and instructional strategy. In this video, I intend to focus on how learning should be simplified or made easy for students using Bloom's taxonomy. And so I urge here that we should teach the students Bloom's taxonomy. So they need to know the different levels of learning so that the approach towards learning can be transformed. So let's get into details of the cognitive model and 6 different learning steps proposed by Bloom in 1956. So Bloom, an educational psychologist, proposed a model having 6 different levels, and as per him, learning could be structured from easy to difficult steps so that it could be understood in a better way. This model was revised in 2001, and what you see here in the pyramid is there are 6 different steps: remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating and creating, where remembering is the lowest step and creating would be the highest step. Let us understand in detail what each of these steps mean. So remembering would happen when you have gathered certain information. So the source of information could be from your classroom learning, it could be from internet, or it could be from your reference book. So once you have gathered certain information on a particular topic, remembering would mean whether you are able to repeat the thing, reproduce it, define it or duplicate it. So that is the very first step of learning. The second step would be understanding a concept. Now to understand a concept well, you need to understand it with certain examples. So once you have gathered information about a concept, you remember what the concept is. Understanding would mean putting it in your own words, so rephrasing it, trying to explain it, or classifying it using certain tools like mind mapping tools, or discussing it so as to understand it in a better way. Further step would be applying, where you would want to apply it in real life example. So whether you can relate to it, whether you're able to demonstrate it, or you can write it down to understand it in a better way. And the next 3 levels, that is analyzing, evaluating and creating, would be higher level thinking levels. And so analyzing would mean breaking it up. So given a thought, a theoretical concept, we would want to analyze it. So in this we could experiment that given concept, and so anything that is taught to you theoretically, you can apply it practically, look for the results, compare the results that you have got theoretically and practically, and then follow with the next step, which is evaluating, where you are judging that whether whatever results that you have got with practical analysis and theoretical learning are similar. So comparing of those results to validate your answer would be evaluating it. And so once you have evaluated it in support, you would be able to reproduce whatever you have understood. So that is creating it. So basically creating would mean putting it forth or creating a viewpoint, or it could be a totally new point that you want to put forth or formulate. So all these steps are steps which are going to make learning simplified, and I urge to all of you to make sure that you try and follow all these steps right from the beginning, maybe from school days, so that learning could be simplified and it would not be just one time understanding a concept, but this concept that you have learned using these steps would stay with you throughout your life. Thank you all for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe, and stay tuned to have more such videos. Thank you.